Welcome back to Make Me a Fan. I'm the Jag.
I'm Pete.
And today we are watching the main event, the final match of PWG from way back in 2017. The Encyclopedia is attempting to make me a fan, and I'd say so far you've done pretty damn well. What do you think?
5 out of 6 ain't bad.
No, I'd even give you 6 out of 6.
Okay, I'll take 6 out of 6. As you say, it's, the last match acquired taste, but you know what? I understand.
Recognizing for what it is, I think I give it a thumbs up.
Hell yeah, so 6 or 6, guys.
Yeah, you're pretty damn, you're pretty good at this game, I think. So tell me today, what are we watching today, Pete?
So we're about to watch Zack Sabre Jr., the current, at the time, PWG World Heavyweight Champion, wrestled sexy Chuck Taylor.
All right, now we know the
Kentucky Gentleman.
Now, we know the World Champion, the PWG World Champion, is a position that has to have a lot of honor and prestige, because we've already talked about how PWG is a launching pad to bigger and better things, and if this guy's the champ, he must be doing something right. Am I right?
Oh, for sure, because at some point before that, Adam Cole was the PWG champion.
Baby.
Kevin Owens was the champion.
Walter's champion. Okay.
So we've got some men. Walter will be in a couple of champions, but yeah, it's an impressive list of people that are actual PWG heavyweight champion. Cowboy's just champion. Bandito's the current champion.
Wait, would you say that the champions of PWG are prolific and gifted?
Oh, 100%.
All right, because somebody told me I say that too often, but I think that applies.
Oh, 100%.
I think they qualify for the rated PG title here.
100%.
All right, so we're gonna watch this thing, and I have no idea what to expect. You said Kentucky Gentleman. That makes me think of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Maybe that's just a bad thing on my part.
I know. I think you're in about the right direction.
All right. I mean, I did boot camp in Kentucky, so let's check it out. Maybe I'll see somebody I know.
All right. Well, guys, we'll see you after the match.
Later, guys. Come right back. All right, so we just finished the main event, and I got a couple of words that come to mind. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
All right, so Sabre Jr., the word that comes to mind about him is swag, okay?
100%.
That dude has swag for days. Everything he does, he has a certain amount of polish, a certain amount of bravado, a certain je ne sais quoi, if you will, okay? Swagtastic. Like, it kind of reminded me of a certain Ultimate Finesser, okay?
For sure.
Where everything he does has a certain flair to it that is kind of uniquely him, but universal at the same time. Does that make sense?
100%.
Would you agree with the swag?
Absolutely.
All right. I also appreciated the triangle. It looked like a real triangle. It was locked in. It was tight. That was good. And I liked some of the things he did. He had the 2 feet on either side of his head, kind of a twisting neck breaker kind of a thing. A lot of good reversals in this. That was a pretty good match. I mean, it was very entertaining on my end. I'm just talking about Sabre Jr. for now, and he impressed me with the swag. Are you ready for word number 2, or do you want to react to that or respond to that?
You're great.
All right. Word number 2 for the Kentucky Gentleman, Mr. I guess it's just Chucky T?
Yeah, Chuck Taylor. Sexy Chucky T these days.
Chuck Taylor, okay. My word for him is intensity, okay? Homeboy was intense. His facial expressions, everything he did, he was in it to win it. He had a desperation, not desperate as in he couldn't win, but he was desperate for the win.
There was a sense of urgency.
Yes, good way to put it. A definite, clear sense of urgency in everything he did. Coming off of that Young Bucks match, this guy was not taking any time off. He was putting in work, and you could tell he wanted to win, and he was doing whatever he could, whether it was a chop, an uppercut, a forearm, anything, the single leg crab, whatever. He was doing everything he could or escaping the single leg crab, I guess. Everything he could to keep victory within his grasp. How's
100%.
That? Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Is that a fair assessment?
100%.
Okay.
And I would tell you that maybe next time we'll watch the rematch.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Maybe that was the next time I went to PWG, was when they had their rematch.
Can you tell me the reason why Marty came out at the end? Are they affiliated?
Not necessarily. They're just British, so it's a brother in arms kind of thing.
All right.
You're British, I'm British. We'll stop anybody that's not British.
It's like seeing a brother in the street, you give them the nod.
100%.
All right.
I mean, these guys again traveled up and down the roads all across Europe as well for years, so they've known each other. So when he says legitimately, I have your back, he actually means that, because going up, and getting through wrestling, they'd work together.
Very cool. So I don't want to transition away from the match too quickly. Is there anything you want to add, or any of your feelings? How did you feel when you were there?
It was electric. I mean, you saw the crowd. It was just my first time seeing Zack Sabre Jr. live wrestle.
Okay,
and boy, oh boy. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, and he's not a big guy.
No.
But he's kind of a lean, mean, kind of string bean kind of a build. But yes,
still crushing it today the same way, same style.
Killing it. I like that guy, and I like what I saw. And so I was going to kind of talk about PWG as a whole, if you're ready to transition, okay? Segue, if you will. I appreciated everything about this freaking show. I've seen this venue before. I mentioned it when we were sitting there watching it. This is the same venue that I saw Candice LeRae and Joey, World's Cutest Tag Team versus the Young Bucks, where they had the tacks on the bottom of the Converse, which was a crazy match. So I recognize the building. This building has a lot of history. This building has a lot of tradition and a lot of good memories. You were talking about Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen driving back to that location and kind of, walking down memory lane. So this is nice, especially for me who missed a lot of this, to see it and kind of feel it or experience it just a little bit. Because for somebody who's never been to PWG, what would you tell them? Like, how would you describe it to them?
I guess I would describe it as like it's truly the best of the best. The best in the business are at PWG. I mean, even if we look at modern times, Brody King, Jake Atlas, Penta, Joey Janela, Jungle Boy, Ray Phoenix, Bandito, David Starr. I mean, just keep going. Jeff Cobb. I mean, over and over again. It truly is the best of the best that aren't signed to exclusive contracts or have the ability to work a PWG. A lot of those guys will get that written in that says, okay, it may not work everywhere, but if PWG calls, I'm going.
Nice. Okay. And that just shows you how important it is and how highly regarded PWG.
Oh, 100%. Because once you get the call, Tony Deppen is a great person that's now a huge standout, at PWG. Trevor Lee, I mean, Ricochet, on and on and on. Everybody that we've talked about for the last 7 days, it's just, it's the place you want to be. Like, if you're a professional wrestler, this is the place where you're going to get seen.
I mean, there's lots of eyeballs on PWG. So here's a question, because we went to GCW a couple nights ago, and you were telling me about the multitude of buys that GCW gets on Fight TV. And I'm curious, how does the PWG, I guess it's just DVDs, though. They don't stream.
It's 100% DVDs. So for the first year, so it takes about 3 months after a show to get onto DVD.
Okay.
Once it's on DVD, it's a year before it hits high spots.
Wow.
So the stuff that we're just getting on high spots right now is like Smokey and the Bandito, which was one of the early Bandito ones from last year. We just got Bola 2018 up there, which is amazing. So I mean,
there's a definite delay there.
It's a year from when the event happens, and it's well worth it. But these are DVDs worth buying.
I believe it. I mean, just what I saw right now, that was fantastic.
That was like, hey, shut up, take my money.
Yeah, no, seriously, this was amazing. And coming from the WWE guy who didn't experience any of this was top-notch entertainment.
Oh yeah, no, by the time we find a PWG show to go to together for it live, you'll be blown away.
I believe it. And I've seen the new building, which is, bigger, better, I guess. I don't know.
100%.
And it looks fantastic. It looks like an old opera house or something. It looks like serious, high quality, kind of almost like a hoity-toity, almost like an upscale venue,
That has us wrestling.
Wrestling's taking over the world. And I mean that. We're in like a, what did you call it the other night? Like an embarrassment of riches?
Yes.
I think you called it. There's a definite renaissance in wrestling, and it's kind of taken over the world. And people who don't necessarily, or who haven't watched wrestling before, are watching wrestling and appreciating wrestling in a way that they haven't in the past.
Exactly. Normally there would be a very upturned nose and all these things, but now that they go to the movie theaters and they see during Newbie, here's AEW. Oh, hey, I remember this stuff. Oh, hey, I remember watching wrestling on TNT.
Yeah, absolutely. And
so, I mean, that's what they're drawing to. And these people are going, oh, man, there is a lot of athleticism. This isn't the big, hulking guys.
Yeah.
Now it's, this amazing artful stuff.
Which is fantastic, because there's, again, we said this in the Effie interview, there's something for everybody, okay? And there's representation and there's authenticity and things that I think we're missing in the past.
Oh, for sure.
And so it's nice to see.
And I love that the fourth wall is broken down quite a bit, where there's this interaction. And I really think that that's why wrestling is where it is today, is it's the interaction, that one-to-one relationship that fans get with these wrestlers. They're able to go up and talk to them, take a picture, take a selfie, buy a shirt, order something on Pro Wrestling Tees.
And in that respect, social media is both a gift and a curse, right?
Absolutely.
Because in the gift respect, you can text or send a message to your favorite wrestler and say, you freaking killed it tonight. Or example, what's it called? Gringo Loco. Hit us up for a clip that I took at GCW the other night. He goes, that was great. You had a great angle. Can I have that clip? You damn right you can have that clip.
Of course.
Because we want to celebrate you and we want to, promote you, and if anything we can do to help that, fantastic.
Absolutely.
And then in return, of course, we now have, he followed us, which thank you. Okay.
Amazing.
And it's nice to have that interaction and that back and forth, which some people abuse it. Please believe me, some people abuse the crap out of it. All these clowns that want to think it's a badge of honor to get blocked by someone. I just don't understand that. Because you know how you got blocked by someone back in the day? That's how you got blocked by someone back in the day. You didn't want to mess with anybody anymore. I was gonna say F with anybody anymore. You don't want to mess with anybody anymore. You got knocked out, and if you're a chick, they scratched your picture out of the yearbook.
That is some junior high stuff.
That is old school, baby. I got some people that scratched. I scratched out back in the day, and then of course we made up like sophomore year or something, and I felt bad. But anyway, that's enough about that. This was a fantastic freaking show. I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't want to ramble too much. We can edit this out, but I feel like we're kind of evolving a little bit in the way that we're doing the show. The live stuff, and of course, hashtag Pete's Picks are freaking fantastic.
And we'll start posting a lot more to Instagram and try to do stuff in a different way, kind of deliver some of that content in a more digestible, palatable format.
Exactly, because again, and I said this before kind of jokingly, but also true, you can only praise Heather Monroe so many times. You can only, shout out, name somebody, Adrian Quest, who was fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, this weekend.
So many
everybody
times.
Slice, everybody. I mean, again, but that's kind of it, is being able to dig a little bit deeper and understand kind of where some of these people that we enjoy and appreciate today, where did they come from?
Absolutely.
What was their lineage? How did they become greats before they made it to wherever they make it?
Exactly, and the whole concept is make me a fan. Show me something I haven't seen before. Help me to understand what I didn't understand, or help me understand or appreciate what I missed so that I can become a fan, or even a bigger, better fan of what I'm seeing right now. And you, in this episode or this series of episodes, have deepened my understanding of a lot of people like Ricochet, like Leo Rush, like Mike Elgin, like Jeff Cobb, like Matt Riddle. All these guys who are killing it in this show and this card are killing it elsewhere now. So I think that's the point of this whole thing.
I believe it is.
To expose me and hopefully expose some of you to some stuff you might have missed, or even to remind you if you were there like he was. It's always fun to go back down memory lane and say, man, I remember when. I remember when that guy was doing this. I remember when I saw Jake Atlas's 23rd match, that you've said a few times.
Absolutely.
And so it's like, all right, it's nice to do that. So I hope you guys appreciated it. I hope you enjoyed it. I know we kind of took it a little bit long there to kind of talk about the state of the show, but we want to do more of this kind of stuff so you guys can kind of dig deep into the racks, like the old comic book store racks.
100%.
And find that stuff that you missed or that you loved and want to love again.
Especially if, and then maybe even getting into watch-alongs and some other stuff that we have planned, and hopefully you guys want to come join us on the journey for. So
hell yeah.
I think we got a lot of stuff cooked up. We have a great 2020. We're starting, well, we've already started school at this point.
By the time you watch this, there's probably a video of me somewhere like this, which I'm not looking forward to, but it's part of the process. What is that? Trust the process. All right.
Exactly.
So I think that's it for Make Me a Fan. I almost said your name again. Why do I keep wanting to be the Encyclopedia? I did that on the Happy interview. I'm the Jag.
I'm Pete.
And we will see you tomorrow.